Here's a funny little thing I found. Well, it was, I don't know, it wasn't that well publicized. So it was one of those things where you just happen upon it in your news feed. And it was one of the, it says, Nancy Pelosi was given a JFK Courage Award. Let that sink in. Courage. So I didn't even bother reading the article past like a few lines. It's like, yeah, it's, given in Massachusetts, somewhere, I think on the Harvard campus or whatever. But it dared to say that this person has any kind of courage whatsoever. The courage. And it all centered, here's the best part too, that within the first few lines, it centered around her doing something, roughly 10 years ago, which was helping. Well, they say instrumental. I don't know how fucking instrumental she was, but they say instrumental in passing the Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. You're like, well, then she should have got the award like 8 years ago. Maybe not, not long after that happened. To do it now, especially after it's been proven to be, fucking okie dokie at best healthcare plan for millions and millions of people. What are you doing? And then say what you will about doing the actual impeachment vote. You can see positives on some side, mostly negatives on the other. But that right there proves that she ain't got a fucking courageous bone in her body. She's going, I don't know how to play politically. I don't know. And then waffles between yes, no, maybe. This is not a leader, nor is she courageous. So that right there, you're like, who the hell's voting on this shit? Like, if you're going to actually give somebody a courageous medal or award for courage, it should be this guy who just came out recently on the Republican side, Justin Amash, who's like, yeah, I actually took the time, spent many, many hours and hours debating with my staff whether or not to actually come to this decision to impeach the president, because he read the report, the actual Mueller report, cover to cover. I don't know if he's actually seen the complete unvarnished, no redactions version. I don't think anybody has really at this point. But from what he has, he's poured over it. So I guess what took him so long. He had the discussions with his actual staff, like, all right, is this for real? Is this actually obstruction? Is this bad? Is this not so bad? And now he finally comes out. He's like, yeah, actually, you did obstruct justice at some level. Knowing full well that this guy is going to get primaried. Sure enough, he did this on Saturday or just over the weekend. Today's a Monday. And sure enough, some asshole they already dug up on the Michigan state level of politics. I forget if he's Senate or Assembly. He's going to primary him. Mm-hmm. So that's courage. I mean, and then here's the other thing. One of the people that was courageous in this respect, and he's already fucking long gone. So he's the proof that's why and this person I'm about to mention, he's the reason why every single Republican's being a giant pussy when it comes to opposing Trump in any way. And his name is Mark Sanford. Again, another guy. Say what you will. I don't like him. Piece of shit in general. Had that whole thing on the, cheating on his wife, claiming he was on the Appalachian Trail when really he was in Argentina or something with a mistress. Oh God. But hey, that's when he was governor, came back to represent South Carolina as a member of the House, as a congressman. And he was before the 2018 election saying, hey, fuck that guy. Trump's a piece of shit. I don't nothing. Bye. I can't stand him. Wish he'd leave. And we all need to fucking stand up to him. Well, guess what happened? A primary came and bounced his ass right the fuck out of the House. Every single other Republican saw that and went, oh shit. As much as I don't like Trump, I guess I gotta be a pussy. Yes, sir, whatever you like. I got you. So this Amash guy, I don't know if he's gonna get bounced out. Well, we'll see. Again, another one. I'm no fan of his. But, that's courage. And another aside on this guy, it just goes to prove how nobody pays attention to this shit at all. I don't give a fuck about nothing. They just go with whatever some asshole tells them. Turns out Because they go immediately after this, they're like, "Hey, this fucking Amash guy." They don't really paint him as a liberal because they know they can't. I mean, even that's a bridge too far. But they try to act like, no, he's just some douchebag who always hates Trump and he never really votes with him, and this guy's weird, and like all these different things they're saying right now. When the fact is, look it up, because I think Nate Silver has that track as far as like keeping count of exactly who votes with Trump and what's the percentage. This guy voted with Trump so far 91% of the time. 91. I don't know. So where do you get the impression this guy's anti-Trump or, is a secret liberal? So, because they're all saying that shit. You're like, my God. And say again, I'm no fan of his. He's one of these guys. Like, if you really pay attention to this shit, like me and the other political junkies, you'll find out he's one of these people that, again, based like maybe 1 out of every 10 times, I'd say maybe one out of every 20 issues. 1 out of every 20, roughly, maybe more. Who knows the actual percentage, but he'll come up with an issue and you'll be on the same side. He'll vote on that side that you're like, oh, hey, I didn't expect Dimash to be. Isn't he fucking when he crazy? Well, he's actually principled in that way. Usually, I mean, I haven't seen him talk about, the deficit so much and then completely flip like a shithead like Rand Paul has, where he talks that shit about deficits being the worst thing ever. And then, of course, votes for the tax bill. So he's full of shit. But Amash is one of these people where, yeah, he occasionally, rarely will be on your side because of, it lines up with his libertarian principles. But then, because he's a psychotic libertarian nut job, he'll end up saying shit like, oh, we don't even need the EPA. We don't need the FDA. Yeah, regulations are bad all across the board. We should just let businesses do whatever they want. Have you not seen what's happened from that fucking thought process, you idiot? So, I don't know. I don't want anybody thinking I'm this guy's fucking best friend or I think he's, super cool just because he objects to Trump for some reason. I mean, that part's cool. At least he has some sort of principles and recognizes, yeah, the guy's a criminal deep down. But I'm not going to be singing his praises beyond that. Fucking no way. But it's just to bring up how it started off talking about how Nancy Pelosi's giving courage awards. Big fucking load of bullshit that is. And then here's this guy actually being courageous. And, well, you see what happens with that when you do that. So courage is one of them things, man. When you have it, most people usually aren't on your side, at least till well after it's done. Just like Muhammad Ali. That guy got fucking he was hated for decades after he did the stand against going to Vietnam and joining up with the draft. But as we find out now, that was the right thing to do. But at the time, there weren't too many people on his side. Everyone else was like, fuck it. So that's what real courage means. And Nancy Pelosi sure as shit don't have it.